I have an interesting update, in my opinion, when it comes to VeChain. And what is that? We take a look at this right here. We'll see that according to TradingView, VeChain to participate in untangling Web3 in London on March 21st. Now, some people might be thinking, okay, what is untangling Web3? Now, this gets actually a little bit exciting, in my opinion, because for instance, right, we'll see that untangling Web3 is this event in London that will feature high-profile speakers and discussions on topics such as blockchain, digital identity, and as well as artificial intelligence. So again, I think this could be very interesting when it comes to VeChain because, again, being exposed to high-profile individuals, these people who are very reputable in the space, again, regarding blockchain, right? Regarding, for instance, something like AI. This could be massive for VeChain's future, especially in terms of, gaining more connections, right? Maybe having potential partnerships, maybe expanding their horizon to other aspects. We just don't know. But I think a lot of good things can happen from, meetings like this, discussions, events. And I think this is very fantastic because oftentimes, we see these projects out there, right? They don't really want to attend anything. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. And in my opinion, if a project does that, it's very difficult to grow. It's very difficult to expand if, let's say, people aren't, going out and meeting out other people, let's say, especially in the world of, projects and business, because of course, new connections, potentially new partnerships. We take a look at VeChain not too long ago, right? They even had a deal with PowerSlap. So that's really amazing. You take a look at PowerSlap is, you take a look at the founder, right? Dana White. Dana White is very famous from the UFC. We all know what VeChain did with the UFC. So again, PowerSlap could be massive, potentially, maybe, who knows? And VeChain, they understand that, which is why they had that deal, that sponsorship deal, quite essentially. They're making moves. They're going out there. They're doing more than what people usually expect because other people that I know that believe in VeChain, they don't really expect VeChain to do stuff like this, right? Some other people out there, they're happy enough with the VeChain Thor blockchain. They're happy enough with the fact that VeChain is focused on supply chain management. They're happy with the fact that the VeChain Thor blockchain, ever since 2018, has had a total of 0 network outages. People are already happy with that. But then VeChain, they just take things to a whole nother level. They understand that, hey, we need to evolve. We need to become better. And this is what I like about VeChain. They have a very amazing team. And not to mention, right, if you take a look at VeChain's team, it's actually very impressive because if you take a look at its CEO, Sunny Liu, he's the former CEO of Louis Vuitton China. So again, he knows what he's doing here when it comes to leading, let's say, a large-scale project. Not to mention, we take a look at Jay Zhang, who is the CFO. He's the former, or should I say, is a former employee at Deloitte and PwC. Now, Deloitte and PwC, they're both 2 out of the big 4 accounting firms. So really, when you take a look at something like, Jay Zhang, Sunny Liu, they're very well-experienced individuals and they know what they're doing again. And VeChain is very fantastic in my opinion, just overall. Hopefully this event on March 21st in London, a very popular city, very amazing city. This could be very good news for its future. However, again, only time will tell, but hopefully new partnerships, new things could happen. But I do like this and I think it's very interesting, even though there's nothing guaranteed yet, but I think it's a step in the right direction. Now, let's not forget, when it comes to VeChain, I think if anything, it really showcases that this project is so special in terms of its team because you take a look at its partnerships. For instance, it does include, BMW, H&M, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, the government of Cyprus, PwC again, also Deloitte. So when you take a look at something like VeChain, they don't play no games. It's an actual serious project. And VET, its primary native token, going to the price of $1, that's still my price target for this warrant. I'm not changing that because the way I take a look at it is that when a project is this special, when there's this amazing of partnerships, right? When you take a look at, again, the VeChain Thor blockchain being very extremely reliable, 0 network outages ever since 2018. This is how impressive something like VeChain is. Again, VeChain Thor blockchain, very reliable and also very environmentally friendly. I think this is a no-brainer for me. Keep in mind, right, a lot of enterprises nowadays, they do look for, these projects that are environmentally friendly. The reason being is because now a lot of enterprises, they want to go green. They want to showcase that they care about the environment. So again, VeChain Thor, at least as a blockchain, it does fit what a lot of enterprises are looking for. And also just beyond that, being environmentally friendly, just generally speaking, I think is very awesome. So I do like this when it comes to VeChain. Now, let's not forget, right? Why is $1 for VET not too much to ask for? It's because if it were to go to that price, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $86 billion, or should I say around 85, right? Now, this isn't too much to ask for, in my opinion, because back in 2021, we've seen Dogecoin reach over 80 billion. We've seen Shiba Inu reach around 40 billion. I get that this is around, a 37x from here. So it's a little bit hard to believe as of right now, especially with, the whole space going down, with, Bitcoin not doing the best, altcoins especially, right, not doing that good at all, really, in a lot of cases. I totally understand that despite, the quote unquote kind of decent pump that we saw not too long ago, despite all that, I think better days are ahead because I just highly doubt that the most recent peak that we saw was the peak of the bull run. I just have a hard time believing that because if you take a look at it, right, usually we do know that altcoins, as a worst case scenario, they typically peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. And the last Bitcoin halving event happened in April of last year. So 18 months from then is actually around October this year. So in my opinion, there's still ways to go, at least as a worst case scenario, historically speaking. I don't think that what we saw as of late was really the peak. And also beyond that, we saw that according to Crypto.com research, there's over 600 million crypto owners currently. Is the bull run over just like that? No, I disagree. It's a pullback. A lot of people, they're leaving, they're exiting, and that's totally fine if they want to do that in, let's say in cases where I should say, right, my friends ask me, hey, should they leave? Should they do this? And they do that. Well, here's the thing, I can't tell anyone to do anything, So the way to take a look at it is that I can only do what I'm doing, which is still believing in this space, dollar cost averaging anytime on income, acquiring, holding, and just waiting because I don't want to give up like that. A lot of altcoins, as of right now, they're in a very similar price, or maybe in some cases, even a lower price than what the price was. Again, in some cases, before they had that mini pump, I would like to call it. So the way I view it is that, for me, if I was bullish on VET, months ago, if I was bullish weeks ago, I'll be bullish right now as well. I'm not going to change that. Sometimes, let's say I'm using like just an example here, right? A project is sitting at the price of $1, its native token, let's say, and let's say during that mini pump we saw, it went to the price of like $8, right? And a lot of people were saying, oh, wow, we can't believe we missed out on it. And then suddenly now it's like $1.25 or like 80 cents or whatever. And people are suddenly saying, oh, we don't like it anymore. Yeah, I just don't get that because if it had that pump again, then can it theoretically do those numbers again? Like in terms of, let's say, doing an 8x or whatever. So the way you take a look at it is, why would I give up? I think it's too soon for me to even think about leaving or anything like that. I think there's still a ways to go. Imagine as Bitcoin goes to the price of $100,000 again. Let's say 150,000, 200,000, 250,000, maybe even beyond. This could be a totally different story right here. And I think better days are ahead. And again, $1 when it comes to VET, that's still my price target for this war. And more specifically, seeing what VeChain did with Power Slap and also, potentially attending this event in London. I think better days really are ahead when it comes to VeChain. I think the best is yet to come. Most importantly, the team isn't giving up. They're not, exiting or leaving. So I do like that. And I do believe that when it comes to VeChain, again, its primary native token called VET going to the price of $1, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever during this bull run. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's only the captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm a peace. Bye.